you'll know that it's very difficult to say to somebody, no, don't do that, that's a mistake.
Yes.
Because you've already made that mistake and you know it's a mistake, but sometimes you just have to let people make the fucking mistake.
Yeah. We're at Valentines House in ADE for Valentine's True Music Series, and this time it's around club culture, and I'm here with Mike from Sub Club in Glasgow. Hello Mike, how are you?
Hello mate,
how are you
doing? I'm very well, thanks.
That was glorious. That was a glorious video, and I'm so glad that you're involved in it.
I thought the documentary was great.
Yes.
And you know, I'm not a fan of watching myself on film at all, but actually, you know, my wife will testify to this, that when I first watched it at home, I kind of finished and I went, wow, and she said, what's up? I said, no, that was fucking great. And she's like that, and then I took a red face because I would never usually think of it that way, but I actually thought it was a really well put together piece.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing.
You know, I think it touched quite a lot of the stuff that's really essential to what clubs, you know,
yes,
mean.
Yes, exactly. And two of the things that really touched me was building community. On my YouTube channel, we talk about helping DJs grow communities and build their brands. So I just thought I'd ask you for your 5 tips for building community and making kind of inclusive environments.
Yeah, 5 tips. Wow, building communities. Well, you know, I mean, I think the first thing clearly is to involve the audience in it, to involve people who are interested and who are excited by it. If you don't involve people in it, then all you're doing is really preaching something.
Yes.
So it needs to not be preachy, it needs to be inclusive in the real sense of it.
Yeah.
I think it's vital for clubs like ours that we make it accessible to promoters.
Yep.
In the sense that we don't make it cost prohibitive.
Right.
And that's actually very challenging, although promoters, and I was that promoter a long time ago, who put a night on and filled a club and imagined that the guy that owned the place was making a fortune out of the bar, but in actual fact, having no awareness of what it costs to run a venue, in actual fact,
yes,
it's very difficult to, you know, we pretty much subsidise the midweek nights in the club to allow young promoters and young DJs to have the opportunity to play.
Having worked for a venue 12 years ago, that was one of the things that I learned when working for a venue, that yes, you're making money on a Friday and a Saturday and maybe a Sunday, but during the week it's what do you put in that space to make sure that you're earning out of that revenue, out of that empty space, basically.
So every penny of profit that we take over a weekend, and it's not always the case that we do, but it's basically reinvested into the midweek nights to support them, to bring through new talent. So it's like an ongoing thing. It's almost without trying to make it that you know, in any formal way. It's almost like you've got kind of an academy system going by doing it, and actually that works and has a long-term benefit for us in doing it, because of course it brings through a younger audience as well.
Yes. And
that's something we've noticed, particularly over the last 5 years, that there's a very eager, younger audience for house music and techno.
Yes.
Whereas 10 years ago or 15 years ago that didn't really exist. It was kind of, you know, maybe a slightly more mature audience.
And the younger one was all the noisier music, and now that's a bit aged a bit, and
so I guess that's a benefit of social media that's brought that through, where younger kids are getting into it. The flip of that, of course, is this whole, you know, the superstar culture, where everybody wants to see the same DJ, and you know, which you know has a negative impact on the very thing we're talking about, bringing through young talent.
Yes.
So that's only 2 tips I've given you, isn't it? I think another really important thing is to have, peers.
Yes.
For younger people, so
yep.
that younger people can relate to what people that have been there and done it before.
Yes, which is a lot of what I'm doing at the moment. I love doing that. It's so rewarding for the people that are peers.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's so important, because otherwise, it's always as somebody who does this yourself, you'll know that it's very difficult to say to somebody, no, don't do that, that's a mistake.
Yes.
Because you've already made that mistake and you know it's a mistake, but sometimes you just have to let people make the fucking mistake.
Yep.
It's like...
Yeah, it's just a bit of learning from...
Learning comes from that, and anybody that's got children knows that. Yes. They need to let them...
It's not really failing, it's just learning more.
Yeah, you just need to let them trip over the curb sometimes and skin their knee before they learn not to...
That's it, you do need... Yep.
So there's that kind of stuff. And other than that, I guess just environment. Just give the a supportive environment.
Yep. That's great. And then my second one, I really enjoyed what you were saying about artists kind of keeping true to themselves and keeping true to the music they're playing.
Yeah.
And I just want to kind of get your thoughts on that, because it really was important to what I've been kind of trying to tell DJs. You just need to focus on yourself and what you're up to, and not really being listening to other people. Basically,
you need to start from a point of view that there's no right and wrong.
Yes.
So what you like is absolutely admissible. It's absolutely, it's up to you. It might turn out it's not what everybody else likes, so you might not make a success out of it. But playing music just because you think other people like it, you're destined to failure doing that. So you must be true to yourself, and you either have a talent for it or you don't. And I think in terms of longevity for a DJ, I think it's really important that DJs they have that innate integrity about what they do. Otherwise, there's going to come a point where they become less relevant and they slip off. Sometimes people historically got away with doing that and coming back, and I won't name names, but I can think of a lot of very, very good DJs who at times have followed the prevailing wind, maybe made themselves more money doing it, but it's been a long road back for them.
Yes. Also, the things like if you're not, people don't like it right now, but if you keep playing it, then the trend might change, and then all of a sudden you become popular even though you weren't trying, just because you're playing the same music you've always been playing, but just it becomes a popular culture,
Yeah, and I think that's never more true than it is now. You constantly hear people playing music that was very unfashionable 15 years ago, but which 30 years ago was my bread and butter.
Yes.
It's like this full cycle, and this happens. I think it's, but I think people, it's having a good ear,
yes,
and having belief in your own taste, and finding a way to articulate that to your audience. That's what you have to do, in my opinion.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. I could talk to you all day. It's been wonderful to talk to you. Thank you so much.
No, not at all. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
I can listen to you all day.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.